The shock of the new. Change, embodied by that one, comes to the White House. President Bush described this historic first changing of the guard meeting with President-elect Barack Obama as, I quote, good, constructive, relaxed, and friendly, according to White House Press Secretary Dana Perino. Nobody, except these two men, knows the exact details of their discussion. Although a source told NBC News Obama pressed Bush on a stimulus package, aid for the auto industry, and aid for homeowners whose mortgage rates are about to go up. But behind the smiles and handshakes and pats in the back and the private tour glamour, there's a story these pictures don't tell. When Barack Obama stepped inside the Oval Office for the first time, he had to be thinking, how on earth am I going to undo this legacy? Crimes against the Constitution, crimes against human rights, crimes against US and international law, war crimes, shock and awe, Guantanamo, Abu Ghraib, Bagram, extraordinary rendition, torture, Arabs as terrorists, the separation of powers thrown down the toilet, a US police and surveillance state, a monster financial crisis caused by excessive deregulation. Former CIA analyst Ray McGovern has some tips for Obama regarding the information he's now being supplied daily by the Bush White House. McGovern suggests Obama asks Mike Morrell, the CIA analyst who is now his daily briefer, if he knew, I quote, intelligence was being fixed around the policy to bring regime change in Iraq in 2003. And if he really, I quote, coordinated the CIA review of Colin Powell's speech at the UN in February 2003. Besides being extremely alert, Obama has to act swiftly to reverse as many as 200 of Bush's executive orders. Scores of Obama advisors have been working on it for months now. Closing down Bush's Guantanamo is key. Dozens of detainees will be put to trial in the US, and about 17 high-level detainees, including Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the alleged mastermind of 9/11, they will go to trial before a new version of a national security court, and not a Bush military tribunal. It will take time, of course, because Congress, they need to approve and empower this new court system. But this goes way beyond the detainees at Guantanamo. The Bush administration disappeared thousands of men, most of them Arabs and all of them Muslims, around the world or into prisons of the US coalition of the willing. Nobody knows what really happened to all these people. These desaparecidos disappeared. They will also be part of the legacy of Bush, not only as the new Nixon, as many Americans see him now, but as an American version of Chile's Augusto Pinochet.
Endless wars, abuse of powers, declining living standards, and the climate change crisis. The stakes couldn't be greater in the US 2008 presidential elections. And with your help, we're moving our news operation to Washington, D.C., where we'll focus on money and corruption. For example, big oil and arms companies shape American economic and foreign policy with far-reaching effects on the lives of ordinary people. With allies in government, trade unions, the media, and in think tanks, they're a hidden hand that controls the commanding heights of American politics. Taking on the industrial military complex is what real change requires. Even former presidents and high administration officials have said so. But corporate television news treats such positions as marginal. Well, we think it's the decisive issue in the coming presidential elections. Uncompromising journalism requires questioning assumption, interrogating structures of wealth and power. Corporate TV news just won't do it. Only a news organization that's truly independent can tackle such issues with courage and tenacity. And we'll take on corporate TV news live. You'll watch TV news with our panel of writers, journalists, scientists, and historians. You'll be able to join in by phone, webcam, chat. Together, we'll discuss and debate what's the real story and take on the myth and the propaganda. But this is only possible if you support us now. We need to prove that a viewer-funded model works. So if you want the real news, we need you now. Please click on the donate button and give generously. Now's the time to decide if you want the real news to thrive.
Your tax-deductible donation makes it possible. Please contribute at therealnews.com.